Hello there, YouTubers. How's it going for you guys today? This is CD Mangeka, and today's another episode of the Naruto boss fights. Figure it's about time I put up another one. Today's opponent is a member of the Akatsuki organization after Naruto for the demon inside of him. He's a member of it, and he's a bit of a creepy kind of fellow. Basically, you see little black things are flying around. This guy basically is somewhat of an immortal. He's been around for a long time, and the reason is that he has 5 hearts that he has taken from other ninjas. And so basically, in order to kill him, you have to destroy all of his 5 hearts. And so I think he's got about maybe 4 left now. I can't remember at this point in the fight. I think it's 4. I'm going to call 4 at the moment. And so it just made it a very difficult fight to do. And Naruto's been training a little bit, developing a new technique that actually fuses nature element into his Rasengan. That's the little ball of energy I've been slamming into opponents time and time again in these videos. That's the background of the story. Now the rest of this fight is just a little bit of just same old epicness, nice change of pace for you guys. And so what I want to talk a bit about was just kind of like how school's been going for me ever since I got back from the break. And school is, I don't think school has gotten any more like crazy, I'll say. I think that school has just gotten, I'm not used to working as hard as I have been before, namely because it's just like I've had a 2-week break where I didn't have anything to do, and now here I am all of a sudden, like working. Literally during these school days, I am literally working from the moment I wake up to about the moment I go to sleep. Actually, there's like no free time at all, basically, because I got a lot of honor class, a lot of AP classes, and granted, I mean the classes are fun, and learning is overall fun for me, and I do enjoy the process and the teachers there. But it's just like the homework, namely, just sucks out a lot of my time. I spend a good probably, I want to say 2-3 hours on my AP American History homework because I have to read and define all these things and analyze a whole bunch of questions. So it gets to be pretty crazy as far as the schedule goes. And then I also got a lot on my plate this next week. I have to write up basically 2 essays for my English teacher. He wants one on a book that we just finished reading, a little analyzing about that, and then he wants one for a book report. The book report one will be a little simpler. My only problem is I still have to read the book, so I have to wait on that to get. I have to read the book and take notes while doing the book, and then I have to write an essay on that. That's due next Wednesday. The other essay, the class essay, is due Monday, and so I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff. But I think I have a schedule figured out to where the point where I can play quite a bit this weekend. And I'm not gonna lie. This video is going up Friday, and I'm going to be spending pretty much my afternoon Friday. It's going to be get my math work done, go play some COD with the guys. And Saturday is going to be COD all day, and then Sunday I'm going to have just to do some of the English homework, and I'll generally be good. And so I want to talk about, let's talk about, like, I don't know, like why I really got into all these tougher classes, all these honors in AP, for one thing, it kind of did, in a way, begin back when my parents were raising me. They did give me a value of education and understanding that if I want to have any kind of success in the world, if I wanted to, get paid more money, all kinds of other stuff, if I wanted to have a better, easier life, I would have to get a really good education in order to sustain that life, to get, to be accepted to jobs, to, earn more money and get into positions I want to be in. I would need education to do that, and so I always, enjoyed working hard at school and, working on assignments. Well, not necessarily working on assignments, but learning in class, learning new things, and, it was the gratification of learning itself, looking at a subject, not knowing a lot about it, and then taking a test on it, and then seeing that, hey, I know this and this and this about it now. It's a cool thing for me. It's just, it's something that, it's just a drive for me. I mean, I like to learn. It's just a value that my parents raised me with, and I'm grateful for that value. I mean, it's a value I think, everybody should have. I mean, I've heard a whole bunch of crap about other high schools and, like, how, bad they are, and, I like my high school, and my high school is, like, literally, we are the #1 high school in the state of Utah, so it's amazing that, like, the environment there, the teachers are fantastic as well, and basically, it's just like, I started off, going into the honors and AP classes to start building up college credit. Like a college would look at my transcript and say, hey, this guy took, above average classes, and give me a reason to take me and give me a scholarship, or, like accept me into the school. Then say a guy who didn't take those classes and whatnot. And as I took these classes, I discovered a whole new environment that I had always wanted. In junior high, I was always constantly plagued by lazy people. And by lazy people, I mean like people who weren't like really motivated. They would always bitch and moan about, you know, like all these classes. It's just like, I'm like, it's one freaking page of homework. Shut the hell up, do the work, and everything is gonna be okay. Yeah, it's a little bit bogus. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to apply it, but right now they want you to learn this stuff. You gotta go through the ropes. You gotta go through the ropes of education if you want to be successful at all. You gotta jump through some hoops to do it. And you know what? You might as well jump through the hoops with a little, while, you know, humming a song and skipping a little bit, rather than just, you know, like, oh! It's annoying as hell and just frustrating for me to do that. It's just to see people who think like that, you know, and just like, this is, you have to think long term, and it's just like I think a lot of people who are in my age group are stupid, you know, myself included at some points. You know, we focus on all these little things, you know, like whether like, you know, like this girl likes us, or, you know, like, you know, what clothes this person wear, car they drive. Like, in the end, that shit doesn't matter. It's who they are, and who, nobody ever judges anybody based on like who they are, in a sense. It's always like, you know, like what they have. You know, like, oh, he's got so many friends. You know, like, oh, he must be a cool guy. It's not like, you know, oh, he sticks to his, you know, religious beliefs, or, you know, he's got this strong political opinion. Wow, that's impressive. I respect that. There's no real admiration, if you will, or esteem measuring, I'll say, based on those kind of measures. It's always just like, you know, who has what. He who has the most toys is the coolest kid on the block, and it's a mentality that I'm guilty of having occasionally, and I also kind of like despise of it in its entirety as well. It's just, oh my gosh. But as I discovered as I was taking these honors classes, these AP classes, that the teachers were intelligent. They were, you know, like, realistic as well. They weren't like childing us. I felt like, you know, some other teachers would child us along. And I also discovered and felt like, you know, like the students in there were above average. I mean, they were kind of like me. They wanted to learn. They liked learning. They were really intelligent. Some of them are not so much. They're there because their parents more or less made them do it. But even then, they do put in some of the extra work into doing extra work, and they don't really complain as much. You know, yeah, there's a little, you know, hey, how do we, you know, how about we do this instead of that? And there is that, but that, they generally mean that as a joke, whereas other kids would be really serious, are like dead serious about it. So this junior year of mine, I have like every single one of my classes, save for 2, is either related to AP or honors. I mean, it's just, and I do like it. I mean, yeah, the workload is a bit heavier, but the class environment, the students and the teachers, they're all fantastic. I would not trade that to be in a normal class with a lot less homework. I mean, I'm building a future for myself. It kind of sucks right now, but I'm paying now so I can basically be more successful later on in my life. And that's just something that I think teenagers have a problem with, is thinking long term, you know, because we're such an emotional bunch, you know. I do get emotional at times, and I try to keep that off the channel often as possible. I fail in that aspect a few times, but it's something I gotta work on. And I mean, you know, it's only natural. Frontal lobes, they haven't developed yet. I cannot restrain myself. Feelings. I do a falsetto way too well, I think. I do a falsetto way too well. But I do like, I really do like being challenged kind of like this. I do like just the environment and the teachers in there, you know. I'm like, AP World History was my favorite class of all. I mean, I had no life because of it. No social life, really. I couldn't really do a lot, but it was such a rigorous thing that I felt, you know, gratified when I got the course completed. It wasn't something checked off the checklist. It was an accomplishment passing that test. And that's one thing I really like about honors in AP. So thank you for listening to this commentary. You like hearing about my school stuff, then give the video a thumbs up. You're new to my channel, please subscribe. I am CD Mangaka. Thank you guys.